right. I think we managed to get online today as well, Bård.
Looks like it.
Good stuff. And today we're going to talk about market-specific assortments for products. We did touch a bit upon it last time as well, but we want to expand a bit and explore a bit more when it comes to going into a different market, because different markets can have different regulations, different competition demands and stuff for your products. So today we're going to show how to use the same products, but in different markets.
And it's basically three things we're going to touch upon. And the first is, like last time we showed how you could have different products in different languages and have them published or not, right? That's fine, but then you have the same hierarchy and all the products are using the same taxonomy. So we'll look at how you can have region-specific availability of the products, which has its benefits. And also, you might have variations on the products that are based on the market. Could be 110 volt in US, 240 in Norway, for example. But also a common thing is around bundles, right? So you buy something and you get additional included products. What's in the box, as they say. And basically, it might be different for different markets. So I think
exactly what I was going to say, Bård.
Yeah. That's good. But so Didrik, so we have this our famous SMEG robot stand mixer that we've used for lots of demos. And here we have, so this is it is in Norwegian and it is in English. And basically, I would like this now to be available in certain markets. So what's the approach you would take for this?
So the first thing I would consider is, of course, which markets are we going into? And to utilize the tree structure as much as possible on the left side. Because here you can have different languages for the product, and also different content for the different fields that you see here. So the name can be different in Norwegian compared to the English one. And especially what you wanted to show here for the physical dimensions is something that we could, in example here, for the English market, it's 240 volts, but maybe in the Norwegian market, it's, you know more about volts than me, Bård. So
it's 110 in the US and 240 here in Europe.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So that's and we'll let's get back to that and take the first one that you talked about, the tree structure, right? So you have so here we've created a simple one. It's a tree structure where we have markets, and then we have Norway, and then we have Europe with in this case 2 whole categories. So we have books and we have and in this case we have added a few books, and for Norway we've added the Hobbit and a couple of other books, while if we go for the let's say the European market, we will have a different subset of books. And the way that works is basically by managing the paths. So there's different ways that you can do this. You can do this in Nerdy, or you can do it on a particular product. So SMEG Robot is now on the, call it the main location, which is products. Kind of you build your product catalog. But we would like to have some catalog shortcuts, as we call it. And what I can do is then look at a particular market, Norway, and I'll add it to home, because that's the name of the category where we have home appliances. And maybe also I do the same for Europe. So in this case, we're taking the same product and making it available in 2 different markets, 2 different parts of the catalog, and publishing that. And that's the way you basically can have different assortments. Like if we go here on Europe and take a look, well, we can also do, let's say, nerdy, and take a look at all of the products here. There are more products in the European book selection than in the Norwegian one in this example. And this is all controlled via basically the paths of the products themselves. So here we see Two Towers. It's in Europe books and also Norway books, the Two Towers. So this approach kind of has additional benefits that first of all, you have a clean catalog. So when you're browsing it, you see actually which products are available here. Whereas if you have a common tree structure and use languages, you kind of have the product, but it's not published in this language, right? So it gives you a better overview. But also, you probably want to have different categorization for the different markets. It could be what's a good example? It could be a smaller market that has less categories, to take a simple one, right? While a big market has the full selection and all the categories and maybe 2 levels, versus a smaller market just have 1 level of categories. Things like this you have full control over. It's still the same product. So you benefit from the translation and the pricing and all the things we covered in the previous live stream. So that brings us on to what you talked a little bit about, Didrik. So it's like variations that are specific for a market. So it's the same product, but it comes with different power adapters, different certifications, perhaps. And the way that we can do this is basically by controlling the components in Crystallize. For example, the electric properties. They could be the same for all languages, or they can be different. In this case, we can take a look at the popular digital product passport data, rolls off the tongue. And in this case, we have basically configured the products to have different certifications in Norwegian versus the English, which is used for the European market. And that gives you the flexibility then to kind of have a lot of common data. The global market data is the same, but you can differentiate on a product or even variant level, depending on the actual market that you're addressing there. So, and specifically EU eco-label, maybe not that relevant if you're selling the product in the US market. So that's kind of the second level that you want to be able to control. I mean, in addition to language pricing and the stuff we covered last time. But one of the things that we often get questions on also is, okay, I have products, but they might have different bundles or different things in the box, right? So the main product, it's a SMEG robot, but if we sell it in the Norwegian market, we might include a book called Food from Wolfgang Weber, and maybe Only Food from an author called Hellström. For the Norwegian market, this makes sense, but maybe not so much if you go to the European market. And here we might want to add, so it's still now, I'm on the SMEG robot, I'm on the English version, and I can choose among included products, where I say, let's include one of, and then I can choose among some of the Lord of the Rings books, or maybe more relevant, some cooking books. And let's do Guga Breaking the Barbecue Rules, for example. So this is an example of kind of, it's the same product. It's available now in 2 different markets. And of course, you can add n number of markets. we have different specifications. And again, it could be voltage, it could be, certification, could be images, right? So that you want to have snowy images in Norway, whereas in Italy you want to have some different style images.
Could be
And
different files for documentation, assembly instructions, stuff like this. So basically everything that you can think of that should be different in different markets. Another example is if you're selling ebooks or learning curriculum in different languages, who is the narrator of that curriculum or the ebook? Different persons. So basically you choose how you want to do.
And it comes down to, you have to have a strategy and figure out, but what you want to avoid is duplicate content, right? You don't want to manage multiple products and, have things all over. You want to have things centralized so that you have, for a product, you manage one product, but with different languages and different contexts. And then you choose also which products are available in which markets using the paths and or the locations that we have in Crystallize. And that's basically, I would say, the foundation of how to go international with Crystallize in terms of different products for different markets, variations of the products for different markets, and also bundles and what's included in the box for the different products. As we showed here for Norway, we bundled this English cooking book by the Portuguese author Guga, and then we have 2 books of Norwegian authors for the Norwegian market, for example. So it's a good couple of patterns there that you can use when you're building multi-market product universe in Crystallize.
And that's short and sweet.
Yeah.
But I think that's good. So once again, we just expanded a bit on what we talked about last week as well, going deeper into one of the parts. And of course, there's even more when it comes to how to structure your content in the tree. This is one way of doing it with different markets, and maybe you have a separate folder called just products, where all your products live. But once again, it's part of the discovery process when starting. How do you want to structure your content?
Yeah.
I guess on that note, I'm once again asked to say like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next week.